And they face Spurs and Harry Kane, who loves scoring against Leicester more than any other club. 17 Premier League goals against Leicester. Is that a thing? Can you just have a team that you seem to score more goals against?
Yeah, I think it is. I do believe that. I know myself when I played, I was always thinking, I liked playing against these. And then for some unknown reason, that used to continue. Not too often, though, with me. But with Harry Kane, we know he's a goal-scoring machine. We know he's after the record. But I do think it matters when you play the same team, you seem to keep on that run.
And here we go. We've got his record against Leicester there. 14 appearances, 17 goals. I mean, it's quite something, Shay, isn't it?
It's unbelievable, yeah. We talk about brilliant strikers. He's been a brilliant striker now for a number of years. And as Karen says, he's chasing my old friend Alan Shearer's 260 Premier League goals. And I think he's got a really good chance of surpassing that, you know. But he's, as you say, Karen, he's probably relishing Leicester have scored these many goals. Like, I can't wait for the game, because I don't know if it's a conscious thing or a subconscious thing. You get a good feeling. I know when I played clean sheet at that stadium last season, I'm going to do it again. You just get that mindset. And he'll be getting into the game at the weekend going, I fancy scoring today. I'm going to score. I always do.
Well, what have you made of Spurs as a whole this season? Because they are unbeaten, but there's been a bit of criticism about their performances. And does it almost feel like for Tottenham fans, it's okay at the minute because they're not losing the games, but will they want to see a performance as well as a result in this?
Well, that would be ideal, having both. But I think for Spurs, they want trophies. And we saw with Aston Villa today, sometimes you've got to do the ugly things to get the results. And like you said, they are getting the results, but it's not as flamboyant or as probably nice to the eye as you'd really like, and the Spurs fans would. But sometimes, like we said, to get the results, you've got to do certain things, and they are, and they're finding a formula. I'm sure they can improve, and I'm sure they didn't get the result in Europe just gone, so they need to bounce back and react after that as well. In
the system that Antonio Conte likes to play, you can pretty much guess who's going to start for Tottenham, apart from when it comes to the front three now, because he's got depth in the squad. And he mentioned in his press conference there that Son isn't guaranteed a place in the starting 11. Who do you think he'll start for this game? Do you think Son stays, or do you think he drops out? Yes, a decision he has to make.
Obviously, if you've paid 60 million for Richarlison, and he's itching to go. He scored a couple last week in the Champions League, so he's raring to go. And Son's proven he's human being after all, because he's had such an amazing. We always talk about Tottenham, we always talk about Harry Kane. But Son is an unbelievable player, and he's just had a little dip in form, that's all. You know, all players go through it, and it might not be the worst thing if he puts him on the bench at the weekend and starts with Richarlison, gives them that break, just even a mindset break, you know, a reset or whatever. But he's a brilliant player, Son. I love him. He's just so honest and fantastic player. But I mean, go back to Conte, you know, the Italian mindset, sometimes get a goal ahead and then see the result. I had Trapattoni when I was an Irish player. He was our manager, obviously Italian. If we scored, it literally... So the attacking guy would come off, he would put the midfielders in and say, right, 1-0's all we need. We just need, so you're right, Karen, I think Tottenham fans, they want to win trophies. And I think with this guy at the helm, Conte is a brilliant manager as well, so I think he's on the right track.
When you look at the attacking players they have, so many options, who do you think would be best against Leicester? Because it's so hard to say, whoever you drop, they're going to be disappointed, because Kulusevski's been brilliant since he arrived at Tottenham. Richarlison, as Shay pointed out, scored 2 goals in the Champions League last week. And Son's Son and Kane's Kane. So who do you drop?
We definitely play Kane. I would stick with Son. I really would. I know Richarlison's done really well, and I've really liked him, seen him live and come on and made a change at Chelsea. I really liked his performance, and he's on form. But I think you stick with Son. Against Leicester as well, their confidence is low. This might be the game where you go, stick with you, try and get some goals, get those relationships, get your confidence up and build on with that. But there would be fans saying, why'd you keep giving him a chance? You've got other players on the bench doing well. But I would just stick with Son. I'd probably be a bit too loyal, I think. But it's a great headache for a manager to have.
Yeah. Heading into the international break then, as Karen pointed out, they lost in the Champions League this week, and it was a difficult way to lose a match as well, conceding 2 goals in injury time. How much do they need a win to get them through the international break before they have that North London derby against Arsenal on the other side?
Yeah, so they were poor during the week actually in Europe as well. They were very proud. They deserve. I know there were 2 late goals they conceded, but they didn't deserve anything from the game. But as you say, again, confidence, if they can get back to winning ways against Leicester the weekend, of course, you go away for the 2 weeks. There's a feel-good factor around the football club, and you're going back into the big derby on a high. You don't want to be losing against Leicester and then going, the pressure's really high against your big rivals in Arsenal. So